What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with our No Fun League Fantasy Football Power Rankings heading into Week 11. We're recording on Friday here, so some guys may have already played if they had the Falcons or Patriots. But we'll get right into it. And, Ethan staying at 10 here. We got Camden. His only win is against me, in fact. I'm not afraid to put that out there. I struggled a little bit. But, this is definitely a team that could play spoiler. Looking at that starting roster, David Montgomery's finally healthy. Robinson, he's healthy. Mike Evans, healthy. Like, he's got his teams, how it should have been at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it's the injuries really hurt him at the beginning of the year with Kittle, Saquon, David Montgomery. But you're right. He could be hitting a stride. I mean, obviously he's not making the playoffs, but he could play spoiler, like you said, and he could take some of these teams like in the middle of the league out of the playoffs. So it's gonna be interesting. At number 9, we got Josh. I chase young. That's all we're gonna say. But he's 4-6. You'll see like number 9 through probably 5 are all around the same record. So it's going to be it's really going to be a really interesting race. His team's looking good with Dak, and Eli Mitchell's been really clutch for him, and Amari Cooper.
I agree.
Daniel Gibson. Jalen Waddle's been balling out too. So not a bad squad.
I think what really hurt him is just Chris Carson and Mike Davis being duds this year. So he got really lucky there with Cordero Patterson and Eli Mitchell, to fill that running back void because, if those guys didn't really step up, he would be at a hurt for running backs and, could be having a few more losses there. But it's a pretty solid team. We have lots of 4-6, 5-5 teams, and the first 5-5 team we got is Spencer. He's kind of the COVID team, you could say. You got Rodgers who had COVID, Chubb had COVID. There was a few scares also on this team, but you could kind of say injuries as well have hurt him as, Dawson Knox, Noah Fant, Corey Davis here and there. But nonetheless, I think what's been helping him stay afloat is the Patriots defense and Nick Folk. Last night, as you saw, I think the Patriots defense got like 35 something points.
Last week as well. The Patriots defense have been going crazy the last couple of weeks.
Definitely been producing for him. But who knows, from 4 weeks from now, this team could not be in the playoffs, just because that's just how close our league is so far. But we'll get into that and we'll talk about your team here.
So what's really hurt been Dalvin Cook. He's not been great. He hasn't been himself. AJ Brown has been inconsistent, and I got a lot of depth here on the bench with Javonte Williams, Jerry Jeudy, Emmanuel Sanders, and it's hard to pick what guy I want to use that week. So I've been having a lot of close losses, which is why I'm 4-6. But with the guys, Justin Herbert, Travis Kelce, I think it's going to be an interesting way to end the year.
And you got me coming in at 6th. Definitely took the hardest fall. I shook up my roster a little bit, trading away Aaron Jones to get Darrell Henderson, and I just decided to form a Rams super team here. So far that team's 0-1 for me, but what really hurt me, I think, is losing Woods. I also had Woods as well, along with Cooper Kupp and Stafford to start. And those three were a pretty solid duo. And then hopefully OBJ can fill that role for me and, even for the Rams as well. But this week I got Jerry, so it should be a good matchup. I'm projected to lose. But I'm more concerned about, what am I going to get out of my guys that I don't normally start. Besides Keenan Allen, Kamara, Mahomes, and Hawkinson, I don't really start all the other guys. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out because I just need them mostly for 1 week. But I still can brag. I'm the defending champ, so I'm not worried. Technically right now I'd be I believe
you'd be
sixth team in. So I'd be the last guy in, and all I need is just to make the playoffs. I don't care where I am. as long as you make it, you always got a chance.
Hey, something else to point out. I'm ranked number 7, and there's only 6 teams that make the playoffs, and we play each other next week. So that's gonna be a good game, man. Coming into our top 5 now, we got the sleepers. Now his team is just extremely top loaded with Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, DK Metcalf, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I mean, his team's loaded.
Mhm.
He's been getting a lot of production. Somehow he's only 4-6. He must have a lot of people scoring on him, but his team's loaded, and he should be making the playoffs for sure.
I think one thing that you're definitely gonna look for next year is who's he gonna keep, because he has 6 options he legitimate could keep.
Yes.
With Chase, Jefferson, Debo, Metcalf, McCaffrey, Allen, all those guys are definitely good keepers. He only gets 3, so I really don't see how any of those guys will even be there for him next year as well, depending where he finishes.
Right.
Because it's 30 people are getting kept in a league, and um, those guys are all, I'd say, at least besides Allen, I'd say they're all second round picks at worst. It's definitely going to be interesting to see who he keeps in the offseason. But at 4th, we got Jerry, the team I'm playing this week. And he and I did that trade for Aaron Jones for Darrell Henderson. And right now, you could say I'm winning the trade because Jones is out 2 weeks. And I also got a better draft pick as well. I know it's early, but for right now, I'm winning the trade, but definitely a solid team here. As the only thing that's been plaguing Jerry so far is that those 2 flex spots. He's going with Gallup and Thielen this week, but he could go with Boyd, he could go with McKissick, could go with Aaron Jones. When he gets back, it's just going to be. I think that's just what's been holding him back. That 4-6 record, because he's top heavy as well.
Yes.
But if he gets the right guys in that flex spot, I feel like those are the weeks he wins. But nonetheless, his team is a lot better than the records show, and I just think that our league this year has been beating up on each other.
Number 3, we got Brandon, dig down in Dallas. He got really hurt with Derrick Henry, or no, wait, Derrick
Yeah.
Henry. Yeah, because Derrick Henry's out for a while, but if he comes back, he's going to be looking really nice. But his running backs are stacked nonetheless. Joe Mixon, Austin Eckler, and as well with Terry McLaurin, Stephon Diggs. His team is really good. 7-3 record. Just been Brandon Cooks is a great flex spot. His flex, I think he's figured them out, which is why.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's kind of going off, you could say. I would definitely put him in that championship conversation just because he's already got his solid. I mean, Carr is hit or miss, but when he hits, I feel like he's guaranteed to win.
Yeah.
And if he had just a top 5 quarterback, I think this team would be unstoppable, if we're being honest. And at 2, we got the surprise, manager and team of the year, you could say, with AJ and his Mike Tysons. Kyler Murray, that's a big question mark still with the injuries. And I think his late round, or not late round, but technically early round picks of Swift and Harris have really paid off for AJ here, as they've had monstrous seasons. And then he's also got in the flex spot, he's got playoff Lenny and James Conner, and I really believe he hit really well on his draft this year.
Devontae Smith as well. He's been going crazy for the most part. Like, been scoring 2 touchdowns a game. He's been balling out. That was a great pick. And what?
Yeah, I agree. And so you could say the same about DJ Moore. When Sam Darnold was blowing up the first month, DJ Moore was that guy. And I think he's hoping for the Cam Newton to rejuvenize DJ Moore and get him some points there. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see when D Hop is finally healthy. Who's he going to take out of this lineup? That's, I think, going to be the biggest question.
Yeah.
Or maybe he'll just roll D Hop on the bench as well. Definitely going to be interesting to see, but well deserving of that second ranking.
And coming in number 1, we got insert name is trash. This week it's Ethan is trash because I got him this week. 9-1 record. He's been first all year. He's been the best team all year. And that's mostly thanks to Mike Williams, who's been one of the best receivers all year, Ezekiel Elliott as well. And then he's got Derrick Henry. Wait.
No, he is Henry.
All right. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, then. Well, all right. So anyway, Derrick Henry, that really hurts. That really hurts his team with Derrick Henry. But if he comes back, he'll have Ezekiel Elliott and Derrick Henry, and then Clyde Edwards-Helaire in his flex or on his bench. But that's up to him. But either way, his team is pretty loaded. Right now, it's hurting with Rashad Bateman and Michael Pittman in the receiver spots. So I'm excited for that. It's a good week.
Pittman is still, dominating though.
Yeah, but it's a good week to be playing him in my.
Yeah, I agree there. Nothing like too special. He might, slide Sanders in there for one of the flexes and move Bateman out just because Sanders is going to play this week.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely going to be interesting to see for sure. But definitely, come playoff time, we're going to be doing rankings again here soon. And I think it's really just going to come down to who can get hot at the right time, just like how they are in real life, who can close it out going into the playoffs. And I believe, whoever goes in the playoffs hot has a real chance.
I'm with you there. Everyone's really middle loaded. Then there's a few like really good teams, but when it comes down to it, you never know. It's the playoffs. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited for the next video as well.
And obviously, we got Tyler here, at 1. He's been really, I'd say, the only consistent player this year.
And Brandon. I'd say Brandon as well.
And Camden, because he's been consistently bad.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think that's going to do it for us here today.
Yeah. So make sure you guys leave a like and comment and subscribe. More power rankings videos coming in 2 or 3 weeks when it comes to playoff times. So hopefully you guys will be there. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, Bench Buddies are out.
She never called back.